simulation examination model. So now this for ML, they're very important also to have the synthetic data sets. Yes. For our generators, so this is very important. And of course, research field is connected with security. You see, mostly they are based on the AI, but we also have a good group in this program. Two professors, mine, they were well known professor, lightweight. And about this content of this lecture. So I thought introduction, so I will try to maybe try to improve your knowledge of security. Based on this, maybe I will see what is the deepness of my talk. So these questions. Then current situation in India. So I especially see this last year, 24. Yeah. What have been seen. So this maybe some importance of this issue. And then some key cybersecurity terms, which are very important, so you understand. Of course, everybody concerns cybersecurity. So we are looking at information technology, mobile computing. But maybe there's some theoretical and practical basis. And we can see that some common cybersecurity attacks. What kind of attacks we see? Of course, not all of the attacks. Some of them maybe most spread classes attacks. If you know these attacks, then you would, of course, understand the other classes of them. Maybe the schools missed some, maybe usually I have a lecture about the detection, about network security, about protocols, how to use it, and what kind of attack protocols. But we also limited, so we need to choose some topic. Maybe the next time is good. But usually, if you are mobile, you know this problem. Cybersecurity array domains and grid partners. So this we can see the cybersecurity different areas which we have in cybersecurity. I don't have a lot of time to go into details, but you can see there's some broad views. What we have also main domains of the main grid partners. For grid partners, it would be some individuals, malicious guy, or it would be from the other side, it would be the countries. So it's nation, inspired agency, more prepared attack, very small. And very small, because I know this Dr. I will talk about this, I just show you this, you will be talking about the enormous peoples. So I show us maybe some connection between this theoretical ground material with this some scheme, the cars, what is the main point for the attack is. But I think that it will be in the text of the doctor. So this is the problem. And of course you would interrupt me and ask the question. So it's just right the hand and ask. Okay, so this introduction. I'm starting with the current state. So of course we have this rising of technological aspects, information technology, so it's telecommunication, and different areas, IoT, industrial IoT, autonomous vehicle, energy system, cloud system, so a lot of systems. But of course, all of them connected with the problem is security. Yeah. So it's what is the current trend here? It's a lot of data. So if it is small tool, of course we could manage them manually. But this is a huge quantity of data. This is possible. So we need to have automatic tools which analyze this data, process them, and use them for the countermeasures against system attacks. Then you see these threats are growing at a high rate. And tomorrow we will see the AI threats. Yes, so this is as we are talking this important. And this is huge threat. They are smart. They are some human-like. There is now ChatGPT based and so on. So this is very interesting things. So this is a very interesting topic to analyze them. What we have. I will talk also tomorrow about this. We'll talk about our research. So during 30 years, we tried to develop some agent-based simulation bench where we simulate attacks, simulate events, including this, also including the AI, the ChatGPT here. And the threats compromise various things. So this, yes, so, this is very important that so the smartness of this tools, they could propagate, infect in ways. So it's very important. This part is very important. The second, of course, we need to prevent. Yeah, but to prevent, we need a lot of resources. As computational resources, of course, all this money. Yes, we need money, and this we need to have the compromise. So maybe some treats we would miss. Some treats is very priority, so we need to do this immediately. Some of them. So this should be some compromise doing our decision. That's why the second lecture today it would be also maybe this it will be theoretical second lecture, but this is very important. Risk management. So we need to understand. For example, we have 100% of resources on the computer. If we include 100% of cybersecurity tools, yes, who can use it? Of course, our computers should be used by business or by for example, in the university for your studies. Yes, you need a lot of resources for this, but a little bit some maybe supporting resources. Yes. Usually there are interesting that there is some numbers. What kind of percent of the resources should be devoted to security? But this is not fixed. This is some kind of dynamic. It depends from the situation. Usually it would be 5%. So, for example, antivirus, yes, in the operating system, or maybe some more tools. But if you know the attacks against our system, we could raise it to maybe 80%. Yes. But of course, we need to let this some basic critical processes which are important for business. Yes. Because if, again, we couldn't do this, our computer would be useless. Training specialists. So this in cybersecurity, there's a great problem. You don't have a good specialist. So, for example, of course, we could maybe arrange some people that have some basic knowledge, and they could use maybe the ChatGPT. But this is not solution, you understand? Yeah. So, of course, the trends that the computers, the computer technology try to be grow and grow. Yeah. And the human will decide if they go to the upper level. This might be not good for the people is of salary, but this is objective trend which we have. And there was also this many predicted variations. So this we will see it's different tricks which we have. And so this is some maybe I try to summarize in one slide the current problems and trends. Also, the problem that if we consider the water, we are connected. India also operates all the country in the world. We have a networks here, and we have a huge quantity of people. We have a huge quantity of systems, and they spread. So this is very important. Yes, that this huge quantity. Again, this is the first factor from the previous slide. Yes, this is an explosion of data here. But again, this is important. And also very interesting the timeline of events. This is, you could find this slide, this picture in the internet, but this is, I think, very important. So the first you see when it was so this was invited the theory of self-reproduction. So they are in the basis of the virus spreading. So in those times, and if we see development of technology, so we developing so some new security tools appear, new information technologies appear, new companies appear. So this spread of bomb and this new security tools here. So in this time, we had a such kind of unique malware. So here is, you see this. This is a modern file maker. And this very interesting technology project. You know this? So you see, so the group of scientists, yes, was a part of Pentagon. So this will be the project. So they can use the internet as complex and far beyond modern mistake. So they told that it is not too complex to try to do something. But of course we need to do that. Yeah? So we need to protect our system. But situation now, of course, we need to do something with the complexity which we have in the system. It's very, very important. Yeah. This situation also in the security. So we have talked a lot about cybersecurity. So now let's talk what is cybersecurity? Who can answer? Just simple. What do you understand?
Very violent threats and when we want so they need some encryption or something to solve right from how data, how software. So definitely need cybersecurity to solve this.
Probably this okay. Some other opinion. You have this.
Providing some kind of privacy and secure the data which is like not really available, like support internet data, user data should be private with some kind of authentication and protection from any civil or any viruses or some kind of data destruction.
Okay, so this yes, this is maybe some definition of this. Cybersecurity is the practice of securing computer systems. So you thought about it, and networks and against unauthorized access. So we understand what is so this you are maybe systematize your knowledge, so you're working more systematic, more smartly, for example, mobile. But sorry, this question, all of you are a master student. Yeah.
Something is about today.
Who is a PhD?
Yes.
Okay, so cybersecurity, practice of securing computer systems and networks against unauthorized access or inauthorize damage or make accessible by manipulating information risk. Of course, there are a lot of definitions of cybersecurity. This is one of them, yeah, but they already show us what is cybersecurity. So the of course, cybersecurity not only practice, also theory, research. There's also some of the definitions. There's a state of the system. So if the system is secure or not. But this is mostly used definition. And also for us, it's an important information risk, knowledge information. That is why I included the second lecture. This is because, again, we need to know this risks. They include uses, authorized access, interaction, use, disclosure, data. So that's what is the main direction of our project would be, and we need to know how asset. I will later explain all this. And this is an example. What assets or what objects we are protecting. This is not only information, this is fraud. So many of the threat of cybersecurity now to detect not data, but processing data. It's very important. Okay, the next question. What is the purpose of cybersecurity? Oh, somebody. Who do you ask? Yes, it's true, but it is only one aspect. You? Purpose.
We need to save so we need to keep some data comprehensions.
Okay, this more systematic by so the purpose serve as a shield. Yes, so we need to protect the cyber devices and services from malicious attacks. So this is important. And for us, very important. The goal of this organization is to employ this practice to shield themselves against various risks. This is important. The next question, what is the purpose of attacks? Yes. Yes, it is a very simple question, but maybe that's important. Right? Okay. Yeah, but it's not only this. There are
It's not because systems like
yeah, so malicious guy could, maybe somebody would like to destroy. Somebody would like to get this information. Somebody would like maybe to go to the system and maybe to have the tag there and to use it later. Yes. So in this case, first, illegal or unauthorized access to data. Please. Contact use business with the components. Extortion, disrupt business activity, damage reputation. So this also important. Yes, so this if two companies and one company would like to get maybe some resources so to gain, of course, it's better to damage reputation of the competitors. So there are a lot of sub-goals for the purpose of the cyber attacks. Of course, for some individuals, maybe this is to get the money. Yes, from the people. So there's a lot of goals for the malicious guys, but of course we have a different tactics. It could be individuals, but it could be the nations. So this to win the competition between nations, the war. So it's also very important. And what is the importance of cybersecurity? So I will not ask you that here, but because you see this, I try to ask all the questions around the cybersecurity. You correctly understand this. So of course, it protects organizational assets. So again, assets is the main object which we have. This is data. This processes, this is maybe equipment, so this is very important. So who are malicious guys? Yes, we need to protect. So this is very important. And including what we needed to sensitive data. So this not all data, but first it's sensitive data. So for the maybe for the healthcare, it's protected health information. Somebody could get this. For the personal identifiable information, very important. So if the malicious guy got this, so they could get our money. So this also very important. So for us, it's important for cybersecurity. Also, we have benefits and disadvantages when we use cybersecurity. What is the benefits of cybersecurity? Again, I will not ask you. This is because I think mostly misunderstanding. Yes, we protect our system, but this slide shows a lot of things. So protect personal data. Important. How to preserve reputation. Enhance productivity. So, for example, if you switch off the lights, it couldn't work and load the time. Assist the remote workplace. Regulation compliance. So this very important to the requirements. Requirement documents. It's very important. Every activity. Improve cyber posture. Do you know this? What's cyber posture? This is one very important job and the cyber security. We will see it later. It's several slides I described it. But this is some kind of policy of the organization, how to protect the system. Cyber posture. Better data management, educate and train workforce, how to maintain trust, credibility, streamline access controls for the team. So also we could continue a lot of benefits. But for this question, I try to ask you this. What is the disadvantages of cybersecurity? Who can answer?
So, but generally for organizations, then cybersecurity does not add much to their offering. It doesn't protect them, so it's very costly for the organization.
Okay,
And without getting any economic benefits.
correct. As an opinion, this is very important. Yes, of course. Okay, and of course, a lot of disadvantages also. Expensive. Yes. A lot of work. We need to do regular updates. So this we need to manage our system. To change the part and to input new patches to the software, to change the new software. So this is a continuous journey. So we need to know a lot of security. So this is a very rising area. A new attacks appear. So-called, this zero days attacks. So we didn't know before. We couldn't protect. Complex to start, of course, this is a complex procedure to install the system. I already talked about this small system. So we include, for example, antivirus software. It needs to maybe to see all the data which go to our system process. So you wait maybe sometime when systems try to do this. Constant monitoring to monitor our system. There are no people, specialists. So it's good specialists who do this. So every process, every services have their advantages and disadvantages. But of course, cybersecurity, as we can see before, is very important. Yes, besides this, our process can stop, our money will be stolen, we lost the money. So this is very important to have this maybe measures which compromise it. So this is important. Again, the second, my lecture is small, but this is really how to compromise our measure for the cybersecurity. Okay, what are the common cybersecurity attacks? Maybe some examples. Okay. Okay. You should be prepared. The information tell us what kind of attacks there. So the huge quantity of attacks. Usually, of course, we try to classify them. So this may be thousands of attacks, different kinds of attacks, but we could classify them on several classes. This is maybe some of the representation. This is the common cybersecurity attacks, but this is not all. But maybe the most spread. So this, yes, phishing attack. Why phishing attack? Because it is maybe number one class of attacks where the malicious guy get our credentials. Yes, get others. So it's very important. Malware attacks. This is you see this maybe this kind of software. Yes, who could work automatically. Yes, spreading and could do a lot of things. So this, for example, the same malware attacks could do vision. So this is very hard to classify. But this is a very commonly accepted classification. Denial of service. This is important. What is denial of service?
There are these started doing because so it's not identified because image.
But this could be not too many requests. This could be maybe some single attacks which destroy the very important resource for the yes. So this is not important. Mainly this is denial of service. So we do some actions which influence the device not working, the process stop. Usually, yes, this a lot of requests. So this is simple. In this case, from the different side, different software, this is distributed denial. But this denial of service could be only from one source. Yes. Usually, yes, this is many. It could be not many. It could be one, just one. Ransomware attacks. What is it?
We send a malware to the system, and it logs the system, and it notifies pay somebody to the pay ransom to the.
So these smart guys decided to get your money and read your data. Then, okay, you could get back your money, but it's what pay for this. But this is a very also spread. A lot of new ways, and of course, this is very important plus and the middle attacks. This is the classical it's cybersecurity for telecommunication connection. Yes. When somebody goes to the connection and get all the information from the connection. SQL injection. Maybe this is not common class. This is very important because we have a lot of data and they are in databases, but people get access to databases. And not correct development of databases can influence such kind of attacks. Yes, so malicious guy would see some maybe bad thing, some bad licenses. So it's some very common definition. So again, this is just maybe some very common classes of attack. There are much more, but this is important. Okay. Now we go to the current situation in cybersecurity. This just does some facts that subscribe that this is a very important topic. So you see this for break for 2023. So this rise in India 15% increase, and in the I get this knowledge from the this company Positive Technologies. This Russian company, but this is a very famous company, and they have filials or departments in all many countries, also in India. So they research this data from this company. The key areas, you see this malware distribution for malware distribution. The first is by email. So when you open your email, you should be very, very cautious. Yes. Because, of course, here nobody mentioned the notion of the reputation, but this is very important. So from what I got this email, from what person, from what organization, this is very important. So if, also, for example, it could be from my friend, from email, but some malicious guys especially do this. Yes, some spoofing of this. So you should be very cautious about it. And for website also, so somebody we go to some website, but this is what kind of attacks when you go to the website. After this, you go something wrong. So it is phishing. When somebody substitute yes website, and when you get the information from this, you will get vicious. The main consequence of cyber attack is data leakage. So 70%. So this again is getting the data. For example, one company get the data from the competitors, and so it's 70% for organization, 62% for individuals. So in India, you are trying to steal the data mostly. Yeah. But mostly this is in all the world, not only in India. This is because it's very important, the data. Most often attack use malware, and also very important social engineering. What is a social engineering?
Okay, so it's basically like trying to manipulate the target to give up their credentials on their own.
Okay, so this, of course, this is special one man trying to do the wrong thing from other man. They conversate, yes, and here you see the evidence. So that's important. So, for example, in Russia, I don't know in India. This is phone social engineering. Like now, this is also using they in the Russia very often used by some, for example, using WhatsApp or Telegram. So, for example, they are represented as maybe my boss asking me something. And if you use the phone, they would, I don't go to detail, they would get your money. It's fixed. If you at the same time use some application, then some. So there are a lot of ways how to do it. The strategy of competitors have changed very much. There are the code on the darknet forums. What is the darknet forum? You know, somebody wrote it.
It's the part of the internet that is not ready for the access.
Yeah, so there is like so even resources. So you go to these resources. Usually there's all the prohibited processes you connected with money, with hacking tools, with alcohol, and so on. Yeah, so it's a lot of things go through the darknet forum. And of course, this after stealing this information, after the deletion, they distribute this information in darknet. Of course, this is a prohibited. This is a crime, clear crime. So this, but in India also this steal the data, steal the credentials, cookies, browser keys. Then of course it would be in malicious, very different malicious direction. So how it works? Distributed by official PDF document, this is usual, by email, for example. And so this is some kind of invitation letter from the Indian Air Force. So usually if you get this message kind of mail, but you don't have direct connection with Indian Air Force, so this would be number one option that this is malicious email. Yeah? You should be very cautious. So this campaign was in the early March previous year. Interesting that according to the evaluation, but it couldn't tell exactly. According to some operations, this such kind of volumes of data have been stored. This is interesting. So there are a lot of such kind of examples, but this is not means that this is only in India. It's all the world, Russia also. A lot of such kind of things. But this is an example that we are living in such kind of world. So this we have a physical world and we have a virtual world. And there are malefactors, there are good guys, yes, and malefactors trying to do something wrong. Yes. And we need to know this. Yes. Why this is very important. We need to develop different kind of tools how to protect our system. Okay, so this things is just to show how important cybersecurity and also what is going on in this in the world. Yeah. So now go to the main topic. So we already discussed with us with you the term of cybersecurity. There are this definition. There are the definition. It's a state of being protected against the criminal and authority use of criminal data or also, there are security practice to ensure your cities. It's very important. So we select the different elements of cybersecurity. So you see it, confidentiality, integrity, availability. So this is the three main properties of cybersecurity, but not only such kind of property exists, but this is the main. So they very important. What does it mean on the chart? Can you answer? So this for us, this we have a data. We don't want that somebody can access this data. Yes. So this data should be confidential. Yes. Some very simple. Integrity.
Data does not interrupt.
Yeah, so our data should be in a good state. There's no damage that can be used. It's very, very important. And availability.
Can access whenever you want.
So I would like to have a lecture, this lecture, and that all this was the live. Yes. Not interrupted. Yes. So this I should have the access to electricity. Yes. So this good example. So our resource should be available to everybody. For example, I need to go to some website to see some information, and if I go and the website doesn't work, it's not available. Maybe some kind of denial of service attacks against which company. Yeah. So this is very important. So this is maybe this kernel of the security, this confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So we named the CA IA, yeah, this, and this is what we discussed with this. So this confidentiality to keep data secret and private, control access to prevent unauthorized sharing of data, integrity, maintaining enforcing and tamper-free data, protect data authenticity and reliability. What does it mean? Authenticity. Who knows? Authentication. What it does? Authentication. So if somebody tells that it is my friend, he should prove that he is my friend. Yeah. Yeah. If maybe this is not my friend, maybe this is a dog calling me. Yeah, you know this. This good picture in the internet. In the internet, you don't know who connect with you. You could name yourself as he wants. Yeah. This is important. But the authenticity, this is very important that we need to know who. Although this verification, you need to verification. But this is when we have a phone and a bank system. This is very important. For example, you go this, they call you or send you a message. You should verify it. Yeah. So this is very important. Okay, and availability. Data must be accessible. And this is important to ensure availability and prevent sabotage. So this, again, remember this is very important. Search three properties: confidentiality, integrity, availability. And also, when we are researching, also this is also some kind of agreement or disagreement between the two notions: the cybersecurity and information security. Is it the same or not? What do you think about this? Of course, this you see, but this is one of the opinion, because still between the researcher there are some discrepancies in this. And for my opinion, of course, this information security, this we work with all information, this physical object. Cyber security, we work with the digital. You understand? And of course, for example, network security, this is the cyber security, but it also belongs to information, because network security has also a lot of physical objects. You understand? This is why they included in each other. So this, again, information security protect all forms of information, digital and physical. Cybersecurity protect all forms of digital information. If we will go to the sources of this notion, firstly, this term cybersecurity was invented by US military. So they suggest to introduce this term, and it influences by the world of cybernetics. Do you know this? Cybernetics. This is a science about management, about the control. So where you try to control, this is the cybersecurity part. Now this specialist decided to have this. So this, if you don't include this, for example, physical. Okay, but of course the information security is broad. And please see this slide. This is very important. Very, very important for cybersecurity. So we have assets. So this is our computers. This is our data. They call assets. And we need to protect them. Yes, cybersecurity. They are compromised by threats. Threats are not attacks. Attacks and threats materialize through attacks. So we realize threats by attacks. And this is attacks could exist because vulnerabilities in the system. Because the misconfiguration between some lags on the software and so on. So attacks exploit vulnerabilities. So the difference between attacks and vulnerabilities. Yes, attacks, this is action against our system which use vulnerabilities. And we have done risks. So this risks expose vulnerabilities and risk mitigated, but so you see this. Countermeasures are realized and they could protect against different risks. So this is a cycle. You see this. So we will we'll see this risk. Risk, this is some kind of maybe event, possible event which could be done by malefactor against our system. It could be done, but it could be not done. It depends. But in some cases it could be very dangerous, in some cases not very dangerous. But we have not enough resources to do this. So we couldn't eliminate all risks. Yes? We could eliminate some of them. So for example, I would like to buy the good house, but I don't have the money. I would buy maybe a smaller house, yeah, if I have money. But this is a risk that, for example, all my family couldn't live good in this house. Yeah? So this is dependable on this notion. Okay, this is understandable. And also, what is when we're talking about security, this is very important critical characteristic of information. So they influence to this confidentiality, availability, and integrity. So this, we have these timelines. So if it is too late, I don't need it. Yes, for example. If I missed my study, if I missed my lecture, if you missed my lecture, so after 3 times you lost. But of course, this may be more flexible. You could see maybe this video, yes, after if you have them. But here you have a direct conversation with me. So you could ask me, I could answer. But if you after this you couldn't do it. Availability. I don't go to detail, but yes, we need to have access to this. Accuracy, free from mistake. Authenticity, we also discussed this. So genuine, yes, very important. This is a genuine. Confidentiality. So this we need to don't have that somebody who don't have the rights don't access my information. Integrity. Full, completed, and corrupted. So this utility. So this having value for some purpose. So I need to buy something if I need this. If I don't need this, buy it. I need to buy this. Yeah. Possession, ownership. So this I am the owner of some file. This is my file. I don't like that somebody get this. Yeah. If I don't like it. So this possession is very important. And we also select subject and object. Subject it is who doing the action. Object, this is object which are manipulated by somebody. Yeah. So these attacks, hackers, trying to get the information, stolen information. So in this case, this data. So this object and the hacker is the subject. So usually we are talking and we are trying to build the different models. So we are talking about subject and object. Also, I'm already talked about this. So we need to weigh security and freedom, security and access. Yes. So more security, less access, less freedom. For example, in China, do you know this? The term of Chinese firewall. Do you know this? What is it? So, for example, I don't see it in the India. So I go to the India and I freely use all the resources. In China, some of the resources are prohibited. I could go to some maybe applications, yes. So this is what. But yes, I can use the VM. But if somebody controls it, it would switch off my connection. If I use VPN, so this not free to use it, not free for the person to use it. So we always should compromise what to do here. So as a security term, cloud. So we could select by the system, by the object. So the cloud security, network security. All the term here, IoT security, car security, and so this is important, of course. Also, internal trip, external trip, internal trip. So this insider, yes, could get information. He get more rights in the system. So, for example, I could get to the internal Wi-Fi here. Thank you. You give me, yes. But maybe I'm malicious guy. I have more rights. Okay. Personally identifiable information, very important. So any information used to infer individual identity. So this, using this, I could do a lot of things. Yeah. Sensitive personal identifiable information also. Again, this security posture. So ability to manage its defense and critical assets and data and react to change. So this is some kind of realizable policy of the organization, maybe for security, cyber security measures. So this is very important, security posture. Technical skills is treat. We are talking about the treat actor who do the action. So we use it. Some example. So this we have trigger agent, some hacker, email hacker. So this trigger agent. Treat theft. So that he or she want to steal information. Yes. Then attack. Downloads, exploit. Then access some website. Apply the script compromise security controls and steal customer data. So assets in this case, this is database which we have. So this notion which we have, this is asset database. Treat, this is asset. Treat agent, this is hacker who doing this. Hacker used the exploit. So this is some kind of program or some tool, script, which fulfill such kind of function. And attacks, how is doing this attack. So yes, we have also vulnerability. So what kind of things we could use in the system to break it, to get the access to the information. In this case, is booker overflow online database. So this is the main. Stop. Yes, I think so. So this is the main term, and then we maybe after the break we'll start to investigate the security posture. This is very important, and the others, the rest of the presentation. Okay.
Sure. Okay. Maybe let's have a quick short break for tea and coffee right outside. For those of you who are joining online, short break. Maybe 10 minutes. 10 minutes break just to freshen up, and then we'll reconnect at 11:40.
Sorry, one question. Is it okay in this? Okay, let's continue. Yeah, you're right. So now this one of the main terms is security posture. So this, you see this definition. Organization ability to manage its defense of critical assets and data and react to change. So you see this. So this you see the level of visibility you have your assets inventory and attack surface. The control and processes you have the place to protect your enterprise from attack. Your ability to detect attacks, your ability to react and react. So you see this is a full cycle. So this is some kind of formulation of the security policy you would use in your system. Of course, it is implementable for individual. So you also could think about this, how to protect my system, what to do in some cases. And usually, if you see, we have a lot of attack vectors in our system. So this, you will see this first credentials. Yes, so you have some information also about this. You need to know that some attacks could be directed to this, to get your credentials, how to protect them. So you have a software. You need to see. Is it novel? So it's updated, yeah, or not? Password issues. So you had a lot of password. Where you save it? Here? Or right there? This is important. And also what kind of password you use. This is very simple or it is very complex. So if you see password very simple, it is easy to remember, yeah? Very complex, it is stronger, it is harder to get access to this, but usually you couldn't remember. Yes, so you write somehow. But there's another thing that malefactor could get access to this place. Or maybe it is physically you write it, or maybe you save it in some computer place. Usually some of the tactics of the malefactor to go to some places to search kind of files and then use this information. So again, this is compromise, yes, stronger and simply, but how to save it. Usually, of course, there are some techniques how to remember this password. So for example, some bots you could do in another register. There are some misconfigurations. So very important what parameters we use. Maybe this is a good policy in your smartphone. So it would be freely accessible, or it would be protected. Of course, the best case for the cybersecurity is switch off your computer. Yes, but in this case you couldn't use it. Okay, and encryption is the same. So you need to maybe there are a lot of things connected with encryption. For example, to encrypt your files. But of course, you need to use it to open it. Some problems with this. There are some encryption on the line, so you would very easy to do this. But also some problems. So everything. This is a policy. How to use it in big organization? This is very important. For the individual use, also you need to understand this. Network segmentation. So how you in the big organization, how to separate your network? This is very important. Identity access control. So this policy about this, how to access different databases, different resources. How to protect against denial of service attacks? You could have maybe some distributed resources or the same resource in several places. Phishing weapons on this policy, how to behave. For example, the first is how to protect. The second, if somebody happened, what to do in this case. Malicious insiders. So this, of course, in the organization, very important to do this as insiders. They have more rights, but you need to. Usually, in the big company, this is they have some restrictions for all the workers, depending from the level and depending from the responsibility. Yeah. And also this monitoring of the activity. In one of the next lecture, I will show these tools, how to do this. Trust relationship, of course, this is very important. I will told that, for example, we can trust somebody and we could allow him access to some resources without some password and so on. So all 0 days no matter. So we need to see the system. Usually this is we need to see some anomaly detection mechanisms. Yes, what happened in this case, because we don't have some signatures for this. So you see this huge quantity of and huge quantity of measures to detect and to protect. And in big organization where thousands and millions assets, this is a very complex problem. So this security posture, this is how to behave for these different vectors attack, how to detect, how to protect, what to do in case of if this attack happened. So this is very important for organization. Okay, now we go to the common cybersecurity attacks. Already in the introduction, we discussed this issue, but some of the examples of this attack might be deeper level we consider. So at first, what is important? Important that attackers do not one action. So he or she doing the sequence of actions. So we could detect and stop him on different phases of this. So this set of sequence of action in the cybersecurity, we call them kill chain. So this, for example, at first he needs to get information, then try to maybe to do some, this stage is weaponization. So we need to get this remote access, to prepare this, then delivery. So this we had this weapon on previous stage, and then we need to transfer it to the place where it could be used. Then act of exploitation, so in this case. Then installation of this. Then this is a management of the process. So this, in this case, for example, attackers could send some Trojan or malware, and sometimes it is very quiet. Sometimes it is very quiet, but in some time, so we call it this red time. So this it could be fulfilled and act. And this is very interesting stage because malefactor should somehow hidden his actions, and it could do it very slowly, that it's very hard to detect, or from the other side could very quickly do it and get information. And for the maybe security guys, for us, if it is very slowly, we could maybe allow to malefactor to do this, to understand what malefactor doing. So he doing step by step, but we monitor him and stop on the some place to have this evidence of his actions for the forensic analysis and for further investigation. So you see this loop: detect, deny, disrupt, degrade, deceive, destroy. So this is usual actions by malefactor. And now we see that, of course, mainly malefactor use vulnerabilities. Yes, so this some kind of mistakes in configuration, in the software. And this is a good, I like this picture. This is because it is some analogy with cars. Yes, so we have vulnerability, so we couldn't get this, but we could do this. Yeah. But this is not good protection. This would be protected, but this is the same in software, the same in the computer system. We could do a lot of vulnerabilities. So this you see this, the name in SCV. This is a database of weaknesses and database of CAPEC. We will maybe in the next lecture we will see this. And you remember this SQL injection, yes? We discussed it in the beginning of the lecture. So the same. So this is a way of malefactor. Now this main examples of the common common attack classes. So phishing, number one. This is very broad class attack: malware, social engineering, DOS and DDoS, and IP spoofing. This is from this tool from the network security, very known classes of attacks. So this phishing. You see this definition: use of digital communications to trick people into revealing sensitive data or deploying malicious software. Why phishing? This very good analogy, yeah, with phishing here. And there are different kinds of different subclasses of this attack. So you see this business email compromise. So this peculiarity that this attacker sends email message from known source. This is very well-known attacks. The second, spear phishing. So we target a specific user or group of users here. Then this is white spear. So this we select some class of object which we attack. Valiant, so this we target the leaders of the company, executives. So they know more. They have more sensitive information on the computer. Yeah. So this vision. This is for voice communication. The same. and submission. So of course we could, this is call a lot of the things, yeah, such a way. So this is use text messages. But of course, for us is mainly this is phishing, different kind of phishing. So you should be ready. So when you go to the website, when you get some emails, you need very cautious and need to understand what the consequences could be if you, for example, open some file if you don't know this sender. But it should be your friend. But you couldn't verify, is it your friend or not? So this, of course, this is should be some compromise. If you're working or not working. But anyway, this you need to know these rules. Okay, about malware. So very simple definition. Software designed to harm devices or networks. And also many kinds of software. We already discussed ransomware, spyware, adware, worms, trojans, and botnets. So what is the adware? Do you know? Who knows? Spyware?
So it's
Yeah. What?
it is a malicious software that can act as a keylogger, steal your credentials.
So this is very simple. You see, okay, ransomware, trying to encrypt, yes, and try to get the money, for example. Spyware, steal your data. So this spy, so this get some important information. Adware, so this maybe this a lot of in the internet we see these programs. So they send you some information which you don't need. Yes, so this not necessary to get this information, but they, for example, the spam. This is spam when somebody calling you and suggesting something. So the same, yeah, this adware. But the danger with this, that usually they connected with some malware functions, could be, yeah. So this worms. What is the difference between here this worms?
Worm keeps on changing its location.
Yes, so this they could migrate through network. This worms as a, so this worms through network. Trojans.
They attach themselves to some legitimate software and then infect your PC.
Yes, so this, so they could get to your software and maybe to be wait some time, and then when it is needed, they could act against you. And botnets.
They will use your system resources to do malicious stuff on other systems.
So this idea, for example, we have a lot of agents. We could spread it around the network, and in our computer there is some agent. He don't do any harm to our computer. Besides, he get the resources from a computer, but he fulfills some actions. For example, it could do some distributed denial of service attacks against. So it can send some messages, yeah? Or, for example, it can fulfill some other actions, some combination of actions. So this botnets, this is a set of different agents distributed in the network and fulfilling some tasks which are needed for the guy, for the nations, for the so there could be different subjects which are interested in this activity. So this is a definition of this, which we discovered with you. There's some you could see. I will not repeat this, But this, you see this virus, worms, ransomware, and spyware. Okay, so this the next kind of attack, social engineering. So this manipulation technique, exploiting human error and gain private information, access or values. So some example, first, social engineer gathers information about victims. So it could be he analyzes maybe this social networks or some information about you to attack then your computer, for example. Or usually, of course, it is directed against some companies or some governments. Then poses a legitimate person and builds trust. So, for example, he knows your boss, your friends, and then could talk from the name of this boss or from the friends. And now this, of course, interesting that it could be generative AI to use it. Yeah, so this it could generate the voice of your friend, yeah, or your boss. And boss, for example, can call into you and, hey, please send me your password from this application, because we are maybe verifying all the password. So we changed the password. And this is very simple, of course, situation, but this is some example of this. Then social engineering gathers information on get, have access, get information, and then use it. Yes, so this is a common cycle. So, for example, in Russia, there is a company for the phone calling, and they could be represented as some governmental workers or maybe some bank workers. So they would like to get some information about cards. So yes, about your very sensitive information. So this. And there are a lot of cases, so this they earn a lot of money in this case, yeah. And this is very often could be done. Okay, so this common type, social media phishing, watering hole attack, USB baiting, physical social engineering. So this. What to do with this? Of course, an organization, for example, they could prohibit to use in the company's computer USB sticks. Yeah, this is also a way. So the way could be technological or could be some organizational. So prohibition of something. The same for the other types of such kind of attacks. So threat landscape. It could be email using, it could be social media, it could be using the trends in the community, it could be criminal groups, and also it could be used different attack vectors. We have seen this security posture, yeah, this, when we see different attack vectors, so they also could be used for the social engineering to get this sensitive information. So this very important, you see this reason why social engineering are effective. So this authority, intimidation, and consensus social proof. So of course, the first treat actors and personal individual with power. So this usually this is your boss could call. I told you or somebody else. So intimidation, some bullying tactics. So this is usual. They phone you and trying to bully you, and you are. Couldn't think about something that this is impossible, maybe some of this, or to reason about this. Or maybe this threat actors use trust to gain access to private data, posing a legitimate individual who have previously been granted access by others within the company. So this is a very
often used measures from the side of malfactor for the social engineering. And to continue, of course, try to scare you, for example. Try to maybe some emotional, so this maybe as your friend, please give me something like this, or this is threat actors exploit user emotional connections, train goose. In urgency, usually when they talk, that very quickly, don't talk with others, doing these things. Quickly, one action after another action. This could be somebody, malfactors could get this information. So just talk just with me. So if all these stressing factors on you, so you see this situation, so of course, then maybe after, if you will think about this, why I tell this? So this is maybe these victims of such kind of attacks telling about this. Okay, now the next class of DOS and DDoS. Also, we discussed this. DOS, this is we could send some messages or some packets from one computer. It could be one or several messages, but the main goal is to stop the activity, stop the activity of resources. And distributed denial of services, usually we use, as we told, the bots. So a lot of bots on different computers. Maybe now some of your computers used for the bots. I don't know. Please, it is very hard to find this. If you already, maybe you go to some website and maybe you install some software. Usually you do this, and this is maybe very low resources could get. So this is impossible to detect, or maybe it needed special monitoring programs for this. Of course, for the individual, usually you don't do this. So again, the goal of this such kind of attack to stop, to violate availability of some resources. And spoofing, this is the attack which we change some, for example, IP source. So this, for example, we include IP source which could be would not protected by firewalls. Yes, it could go to the network through these firewalls. In this case, so in this case, we change IP address and then use it for the goals of malfactor. Okay, so this some kind of attacks we analyze. Of course, a lot of other attacks exist. But anyway, you need to know the main principles of attacking. The first, this is as usual, not one action. This is a set of action. At first, some kind of reconnaissance, so the malfactor need to collect information about your system or the system of the company. Then doing some preparation, then try to include your software, malicious software in your system, then fulfill and then manage it, and then get results. So maybe it could be destroying some resource or getting information. And usually several kinds of attack could be implemented. And between them, there are some normal actions. So this is some sequence of actions. Some of them could be detected as malicious, some of them very normal. But for example, the intrusion detection system should detect this sequence. And to detect, so for one action could be somehow hidden. So it is better to see the sequence of these events. Okay, now about the cybersecurity areas, domains, and threat action. So we go to the more complex terms, and this is very important for the cybersecurity. So cybersecurity areas, cybersecurity domains. This is a very huge area. So, for example, I'm teaching to our course maybe 100 hours for computer security, 100 for cryptography, 100 for physical security. So this huge quantity of documents. It depends, of course, of the country. But let's see here this first physical security, this IT security, IoT security, IoT security as a physical, as devices. Yes. IoT, this for the for the career development. So this is very important for preparation of the specialist here. So this. The second is security architecture. What kind of security architecture can be done? Different architecture, different mechanism. For example, access control, key secret management, cryptography, and others you hear. Then security operation. So this threat hunting. Do you know this threat hunting? What is it? Have you seen this term? Threat hunting. So this idea. So we see this assets, threats, vulnerabilities. Previous slides. You remember? So threat. This is from the side of the system of the security administrator. Try to find the threats for the system. What kind of threats could be the system? Existing threats or new, according to the existing trends. So there are. So now this is a huge quantity of investigation in this area. Vulnerability management. So we need to know vulnerability. We need to use vulnerability database. We need to know how attacks use this database. CM system. What is a CM system? Security Information Event Management. So they works with events and security information. So this is some kind of management system for the understanding the situation in the network. I will tell about this such kind of system in the lecture about the security awareness. Active defense, for example, here there is passive defense. What is the difference? Passive defense and active defense. Do you know that? What does it mean, active defense?
Passive defense is like having strong passwords, managing access control, while active defense is more of like implementing the security measures like antivirus systems, firewalls. That would come under active.
So passive, this, yes. So this, we have implemented them, they work, yeah. Active, this could be, yes, what you told, but also it could be also attack on the attackers. Yes, so this, we know that somebody attacks him, we're doing some action, active actions again. So we could, for example, change configuration of the system. In the firewall, we could change the rules of the firewall. You told about this, yeah? So this dynamical protection. So we're doing some dynamical actions against this. So I could describe each of these elements. So this huge quantity and this what is interesting for you here. So there are special courses about this. We will next lecture will be risk management. Yes. So this is why this is very important, risk management. I a little bit distributed the time. So for this lecture, there's 3 hours, academic hours. For the next, only 1. Yeah, but because this is a very this lecture important because a lot of terms, a lot of new knowledge maybe for you. But they are just condensed about what kind of assets we have, how to protect them, how to compromise the protection for these devices, for these systems. So this is different areas of cybersecurity areas. Just maybe a very quick view on this. Yeah, a very quick view. Also, yes, maybe very important, of course, framework and standards. So there's a lot of standards. For example, these standards about risk analysis also we will see here. How to build security system. Do you know this Mitre attack framework? So this is a very valuable framework which in systematic way specify different classes of attacks, steps, vulnerabilities, so every specialist could see it and use it in their activity. Also the same here, here is the framework for the adversary attacks. You are interested in the AI, yeah? So attacks against AI mechanism and ML. So also they have this classification and some examples of such kind of attacks. Very, very valuable here. So again, this very quick consideration of this. So about, of course, security specialists need to be prepared. And there are different maybe certification program. One of them, this Certified Information System Security Professionals, CISSP. So to get this, you consider it as a specialist in the cybersecurity. So you could be invited for some company to work in security area. And what is domains for this specialist? So what they should know. So this here, this security and risk management. So our next lecture, the second today. Asset security. So how to organize protection of different assets. Security architecture engineering. How to build a secure system. How to program secure. Usually program not in a lot, but how to combine different elements for the in security architecture. Communication and network security. Identity and access management. This is very important. Security assessment and testing. Security operations and software development security. What about the programming here? Software development security. Okay, so this, if you decided to be this, to have a high salary in the good company, of course you need to get this certificate and work as a security specialist. There are some other such kind of research program. So this determine the domains of attacks. So we considered the main class of attack. This maybe some a little bit different view on this. So we select the password attack. What kind of attack? This social engineering, also this. Also we include physical attacks. So this very important. For example, I go to the computer and just broke them. This also attack. Yeah. Or maybe go to the internally and also select some elements for some disk from the and computer couldn't work. So this also physical attack very important. Usually we separate also attack, for example, for the different levels of participation in the process. So the first you have immediate access to the computer or to equipment, so you could do the physical attacks. The second, you are on the same network. The second, you, for example, the second level, you are externally, for example, in another country, and you could get to this system remotely. Yeah. So of course you have different rights. You have different possibilities to do this. It depends from the security policy, security posture. Yeah, which are used in this system. And very important, adversarial artificial attacks now. So now we go to the other world, AI-based world, yeah, this. And the main attacks are now this against AI mechanism. So we could change. So we could change the data for training. We could change model for AI, yes. We could change maybe this data which is used as an input for the system. For example, for the cars, for the number of the car to do some change in the number, that system will be not recognizable, yes? So in this system. So this is different kinds of attacks for which could be used for adversarial. Tomorrow I will talk about this more in more detail. Supply chain attacks, other. So this you see this target systems to locate a vulnerability where malware can be deployed. So this in the supply chain attack, this is very important that they could be spread through several domains. And this is number one in the cybersecurity world, the cryptographic attacks, because all our mechanisms for the communication are used on the cryptographical mechanism. And of course, if we use some cryptographical mechanism, it has some lags, so we could use and get. Now this very interesting way that what will be after quantum computer, yeah, this what will be with our world. So this because all our password, all our crypto system will be broken here. This if we will use quantum computers. Yes. So if now so we of course can broke every crypto system, but it takes maybe 1 million hours or 1 million days in the traditional system, yes, for brute force, yeah. But if we use quantum computer, it could be maybe 1 hour. But we don't have now this working quantum computer besides some research computers which are used just for research goals. But we need to see it in the future. This is very interesting also topic for research and for working. So we need to prognose the future change in the technology. But this is not clear when it will be. But we need to be prepared for this. Okay, about the threat actors. So this, of course, before this in this lecture, we talked about this individual or some malefactors which are not inspired by the some companies or maybe nations. But in this case, when the attacks are very smart, so usually we have the term advanced persistent threats. You know this? Have you heard about this? About APT attacks? No? So APT attacks, you see this. So this possess advanced skills to access organization network without authorization, often researching tactics in advance and remaining undetected for extended period. So in this case, it is first, it is smart. The second, it has a lot of mechanism. It could be hidden. It could specially prepared. For example, if we plan to attack some system or organization or government, we maybe prepare some stand. Maybe we prepare some networks which imitate the network which we will attack. and we play with them. We see, we try to find the zero-day attacks. So we try to find some attacks which use not known vulnerabilities, yes, and couldn't be defined, could be and could be protected against. So this is very important, and this is usually some mechanism which can be used. So there are maybe in the malicious world there are teams of hackers. You know about this, yes, the teams, and then especially could be invited for some companies or maybe for political goals or by the side of the government, and try to use such kind of attacks. So, for example, I participated in several cases for investigation of such kind of attacks in some companies. So this is a very hard process. So we need to understand every step, and the action we could define if it is maybe the team which already done some kind of attacks, and where this team, and who, or what kind of participants of this team, what kind of country they belong. For example, some of the attacks specially imitate the idea from Russia. So they including in the software or in the exploit Russian words, but this is done especially for the to deceive the security specialists. You understand? The same could be the same. Russian could use some maybe the American words. I mean English, but American with some American. Slangs or something that this is some examples how to hidden the kind of group which we doing these attacks. So again, you need to know this. Of course, this is not the goal of them, not individual, but very important companies or nations, governmental organizations. Okay. And also important kind of threat actors, this is insiders. So somebody who works in the company but doing some malicious actions. For example, he could work for the competitor, so the company which doing the same, and then getting information about the company and then send this information for money to this company. This is very often could be done. And of course, motivation, intentions and motivation. Sabotage. So in this case, it could be maybe just to do harm the company, which maybe do the harm to this individual, yes, without the goal of this. Corruption, espionage, intelligent data access, leak. So you need to know this about it. Okay, and now about some examples. So I don't go to detail. This information will be done by Dr. Abhinav, and maybe we will consider in the other. But this is some examples, some practical examples, which are close to you, yeah? This. So, because I'm in previous slides, I talked very commonly about all the systems, yes, but this is true for all the system, concrete system. This, the same for the autonomous vehicle security and for communications, so the same. Here the computers, yeah, the connections, computer here, this cloud system, yeah. This is computers which behave through radio channels through different cars. So we could, yes, the connection could be through satellite. So we could do attacks against every point in this system. And the problem that in the cars, a very weak protection. So usually the scan system, so it could be done that malefactor could stop the car, forced to improve to rise the speed, to change the direction, or maybe to break the connection. So malefactor can do a lot of things. So this security of such system is very important if we in future see in future about this autonomous vehicle security. The same in the current situation if we buy maybe a very dangerous, very expensive car with the computers, with all the system. Also, we could go to this system, malefactor could go through the system and to change something and to break this car. And a lot of such kind of cases. Also, for example, cases with adversarial attacks. Yes, for example, when something maybe to change some maybe image in the road, to change something, and the system not correctly detect and understand this image and could think, for example, to improve the speed or to slow the speed and so on. So there's a lot of different cases which could be done. If we consider this system, you see this there, yes, this car. This is telecommunications ways and cloud systems, and you see this hackable point. So where the attack could be done against this system. So this CAN bus network in the car could be penetrated here, and in every elements here, and the connection on the onboard computer. So the same kind of attack could be done. Also, for example, you could maybe use this internet in the car, go to the same phishing attacks, get the software to the car, the malicious software, and after this, if this software especially maybe intended to do the harm the car, or it could be just, for example, if the computer or it could maybe break the operating system, but it could be specially crafted for the doing the harm the car. Yeah, in this case, or this is very important, and this is a very interesting area for research to do this, and a lot of things. So this is connected with mobile computing and how to use remote control. Here. So, of course, I don't go to detail, but this is, for this lecture, for my lecture, it is very important for me to show you how important this cybersecurity, what kind of things you could use. The same, you see this, also this problem. Drones also could be attacked, which survive and monitoring the situation. Or maybe this very interesting attacks when for drones they some information sent that something happened or that is not reality, yeah, and they start sending this information on command center, and they doing something that could be very dangerous situation in the system. So a lot of different scenarios could be done, this is classes of attacks against autonomous vehicle cars. Also a lot of classes, and you see this, a lot of properties could be broken. Yes, we talk about it, confidentiality, integrity, availability, trust, privacy. We don't discuss this, for example, trust and privacy, but this is should be clear. Yes, trust. This is a relation for trusting of the different elements. Privacy. This is private information for the person. Here, this could be broken. Could be get this. So this is different classes of information which are directed to the, some devices or a connection for the telecommunications here. So they separated for. And here this classes for maybe this classification depends from the to what area are directed such kind of attack: physical, data, software, service, identity, and manipulation based attacks. Okay, so this end the lecture. Maybe we could start the next lecture. Yeah, this to shorten the time after this. I wait maybe your questions if you have. I should tell that we in the course and the final day we plan to ask you questions about what for certification. Yes, so to have some kind of exam. To ask this question, but some of the question I ask here, yes, so you could use, and this presentation will be for you, yes, so you could see this, and what I can say that, of course, there are a lot of books about cybersecurity, a lot of papers, but I'm working here about 40 years in this area. So I especially included these very important things, which are important as maybe the basics of foundational things for cybersecurity. Maybe you can tell that why this is well known, but maybe some things are needed to show, yes, that you have some systemic view on this. Okay, if you have questions, I could answer. If not, we could switch to start the next lecture. Have questions? You could ask a question tomorrow if you could think about this. Yes, so this, and I think again I could say that in the course I especially selected some. Very interesting things in cybersecurity. Of course, maybe not all of them. For example, we don't have the lecture about network security and intrusion detection. Maybe we needed to include maybe next time. This is because it's important to show what kind of elements are used for the intrusion detection in the networks, what kind of protocols, how they work together. But I will include somehow this. So I finished this lecture. I could stop, or I can switch to start the next before 1 o'clock. What is the best?
Maybe let us pause here, and then we can start post-lunch for the
post-lunch,
because we have another one.
Okay.
That will be better. And these guys have to go
to have more time for the lunch.
So
okay.
Yes, they need, most of them are students, so they need time for lunch also. So maybe let's first of all thank Professor Igor for this session. You can pause this briefing for now. If there are any comments or any questions, you can simply answer any couple of them. Also, what Professor Igor was mentioning about the network intrusion detection part, I'll see if I can arrange a session, maybe a 1 hour session, because we have faculty colleagues who are working, who are experts in that domain. So I can add that on the go. So I'll request a check, and maybe I'll ask one of my faculty colleagues if we can have maybe at least 1 hour session on network intrusion detection.
Okay.
Sure. So if there are no further comments, maybe once again thank you, Professor Igor, for the wonderful session. And let's meet again post lunch. So we'll meet at 2 o'clock, same venue. Okay. For those of us who are joining online, please rejoin at 2. Yes, we'll be pausing the stream now. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So for